Welcome to the Art of Quantum Healing, where we speak about trauma, mental health and healing. I am your host, Leisa, and I'm thrilled to have you come into my energetic field. In this podcast, I will be sharing my own personal experiences to guide, teach, and help pave the way. We'll also be welcoming so many other divine souls who have overcome trauma and found happiness, health, wealth, and next level abundance through mind, body, and soul connection. My mission is to help women high vibe and thrive with inner peace, passion, and purpose. Hello, divine souls, and welcome to another edition of the Art of Quantum Healing. Really been feeling into this one. This is going to be the last one for 2021. And when I think about 2021, I think, wow, what a fucking roller coaster. What a year of greatest highs and the greatest lows. What a year of the most, for me, phenomenal space. But for others, not so much. I had some of the most biggest life decisions to make this year. We sold up our house. We slowly, over 6 months, got out of the matrix. We only now live with one bill, which is a phone bill. We travel around where we want to, when we want to, how we want to. But yet there's still so many restrictions in our lives with what's currently going on. And I think for me, when you can start to move above and beyond what's happening, when you can allow yourself to remove the fear-based reality that's being created around you, you can step into a new level of trust and love and acceptance for what's currently happening. And acceptance is a very friggin' hard word to use. It's a very hard word to even to understand that's happening. It's very interesting. That was a big thunder, that sound of thunder just now. It's like the world at the moment is cleansing over here. There's big rain. There's a universal shift that's happening, and we may not be able to see it right now, but it's absolutely happening. It's happening all around us. You know, there's lots of different shifts and movements and dimensional changes that are occurring in the quantum, in the parts that we can't actually see. And they're not only parts for us, but they're also parts for Mother Earth. They're parts for humanity. They're parts. There's all these. I just see this when I look out. I see these just things that are shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting. And every now and again, one will click into place, and another one will click into place. And so when all these different shifts are going to happen or click into place, then we're going to be in this new earth. We're going to be in. Things will never be the same again. But it all depends on how we're moving right now to what we're actually creating. And we're not only creating our current environment, we're also creating the new world. So when you're making a decision, you're not just making it for yourself, you're making it for the collective. And I think that's a really important thing to feel into. But for me, when we made our decisions, I knew that, not being in that space that I was in that environment, in my old life creation was not going to serve myself, it was not going to serve my clients, and it was not going to serve the people that I'm here to serve. It's a whole roll-on effect. No longer, if you can really allow yourself to open up, is this life about you? It's about everybody. And I think we're really starting to see the deepest unity and love for community. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I know that as we go into 2022, we've created a new way of being. We've created a new life. We've created a new way of actually living. And at the time that it was all unfolding, and it happened pretty fast, Although I just want to touch on that I have been manifesting this reality that I'm currently living in. I didn't know how it was going to look, but I knew this is how it was going to feel. And the freedom that is within is, I can't measure it. It's unmeasurable. It really is. For the first time in my life, I feel that I'm grounded into my body. I feel that I'm grounded into Mother Gaia. I feel that I'm balanced. My equilibrium kept coming up. Equilibrium. And I feel that now I have actually come into my center, into my sovereignty. And it's because I have not just made my lifestyle about me, I've made it about others. And we want to share as much of our life as we can with the universe, with people. Because there are different ways of living, there are different ways of being. There are places that you can live in that you don't have to live in the fear-based reality that's been created by the 3D matrix. What we have been doing up until now no longer serves us. How we have been up until now no longer serves us. How we have been showing up in the world, what we've been doing no longer serves us. And it's now time to shift as a collective, as one identity. To take back what is ours. And that is our purity. That is our minds. That is our souls. That is honoring our bodies. We get some very deep meanings in this. I'm not going into specifics for a reason, because in your current reality, how you're choosing to take my words depends on where you're going to shift to. So you may choose to take certain keywords and shift your life in that way, or you might just go, oh my God, I need to do something different. And you might grab that pen and paper right now and write down, what do I want my life to look like? How do I want to feel? What do I want to be doing? What do I want to be doing in 2022? How do I want to finish 2022 within yourself, for you, for me, for the collective? I really encourage you to do that, because for me, when I do that exercise, it creates such a deep knowing of where I'm meant to be moving forward. And I don't need to know the why. I don't need to know the specifics, nor do you. You just need to know this is not how you want to be. And where do you want to? Because our life is about evolution. Where are you evolving? Where are you growing? What are you going to decide to do next for you? That's really going to expand you into new heights of awareness within yourself. That's going to connect you deeper and deeper into your sovereignty. It's going to connect you to your soul. Because we're a human. We're in this human reality, and we're actually having an experience that we asked for. This is different from anything we have ever known where we are right now. It's a really crazy, messed up time. And you can either feed into the fear of that, or you can decide where you're going to grow. How are you going to be? What's going to serve you? How are you going to expand? And it might be very difficult where you're sitting right now. You might be in a space of, well, I'm looking at these four walls. I don't know. So that's your now reality, your current reality. Start focusing on where you want to go, what you want to be doing. Because when you focus so much on the now, on what's in it, on this, the energy, the frequency, the timeline you're currently on, then you can't quantum shift to anywhere. And quantum shift is making huge leaps in single moments. And sometimes we don't feel those leaps. Sometimes we're like, I don't feel my life is changing. And like me, I have been manifesting my current reality for the past probably 16 to 18 months. And 3 days ago, I woke up and went, holy shit, I'm living in it. I'm living in it. I'm actually living in it, and this is what it looks like. Because when we also go to a place of manifesting and we ask with what we want, sometimes we're just making the universe our bitch. And I just did a podcast that we're releasing next year with our new season in February. I'm going to a whole new season. It's going to be a whole new way of doing the podcast. It's going to be so beautiful, so expansive, and we're going to tailor it to go deep and deep and deep on one subject. And we're going to go deep, and we're going to talk about things, and we're going to talk the truth. And I just did one on manifesting, and it needs to be more of just about you. It needs to be more of everybody. What are you collectively going to do that's going to heighten you to where you are? I gifted things. I gave my heart. I allowed myself to grow. And I didn't need to know what it was going to look like. I just need to know what I wanted to feel like. And I wanted that inner freedom. And I've created that. We're traveling around. We don't know where we're going tomorrow. It's exciting. It's fun. A lot of people think I'm mad. But why do we have to live in the current state that we're told that we have to live in? Where do you want to live? What do you want to be doing? Where do you want to quantum leap to? Write it down, feel it, envision it, see it. Close your eyes and imagine it's like a TV program and it's running through and you're looking at it and you're observing it and you're bringing in the emotions of how you feel when you're doing it, when you're living it. And it may take 16 months like me. Or it may take 5 months, or it may take 2 months, or it may take a month. It's not up to us to decide, because we're always given what we need and what we want in the time that we're in. And sometimes it's little steps and little steps and little steps. And sometimes it's quantum leaps. So be okay with the little ones, the little movements, because those little movements, those little shifts are what add up to be huge. They add up because it's like, remember I talked about the start of it? It's like the universe is putting everything in place to be able to give you what you're desiring. What is yours by your birthright? And what is yours by your birthright is anything you fucking want. It's unlimited. So we need to put ourselves outside the box of where we're currently living. And we need to know our self-worth. And know that we're worth more than more. And there's nothing wrong with where you are right now, but it's for you to decide that you want to grow. It's for you to decide that you desire more, that you're worthy of more, that it's okay to have a different life, that it's okay not to live in the matrix of everybody else. That, hey, that idea might be crazy, but that idea really feeds my soul. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? For me, it was simple inner freedom, because I knew if I had inner freedom, then my external reality was going to match my inner world. And your inner world is the first place you need to go to. That's where you create from. That's where you decide where you're going. That's where you decide what is yours, what you want. And then you work towards your needs and you take daily action steps. So that one day, because you're taking those incremental steps forward, and that's all that matters in life. And it's okay to take 2 steps back and take 3 steps forward, or take 1 step back and 5 steps forward. It's okay. We're in this human existence to learn. So keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving, keep deciding where you want to go to, keep focusing on it, keep feeling it, keep visualizing it. And make sure you're attuning it to you, to me, to us. Because it's about the collective. Because when we're doing this as one, then there's no restrictions. There's nothing that's stopping us. Everything we're desiring, we're looking at. We're having, we're feeling, we're receiving. Now, Christmas can be a real time when a lot of you are around family, the ones that can actually be around them. And you're triggered a lot at this time of the year. And I just wanted to touch on this briefly because it really came into my environment this morning that I needed to share. When we are triggered by our family, there's a reason for it. It is because we are programmed and we are basically made who we are in our early years for how we do things, how we think things, how we see things from when we're a child. And as we're evolving and growing, the beliefs of the people that were around us, we might not necessarily agree with, and that's okay. So when we've done our growth and when we've learned and when we've evolved and when we've taken on new ways of being, when we go back into where we are, it can be we're in our old identity, our old way of being, our old environment, and we may not agree. So we are being triggered by those that we love around us, and it's not their fault. Some may still be in that program. Some may believe different things that you believe. You might hear your mum say, oh God, there's only ever enough money to get by. And you're like, actually, no, that's bullshit, because there is a plentiful money. There is so much money in the world. You can name your money and it can be here tomorrow. You can decide what you want. You can have what you want. Or you might hear, oh, I'm always robbing Peter to pay Paul. Or, you might hear them maybe gossiping about other people. And of course, you now know that in a place in your heart, you don't do that. You may see them comparing. You may see them, doing things that they used to do without even knowing any different. And that's okay, because that's who they are. That's where they've evolved to. Where you're evolving to is different. And you're growing, but you do get triggered. You will absolutely get triggered, because the biggest way to do the deepest amount of mindset work or the deepest amount of work on yourself is to go back to the origin of where you grew up, to be around the people. And look at it as a gift. And when you are triggered by someone you love, just send them love. And then what I like to do is I like to take myself away and go, okay, so why did that person piss me off so much? Why was I so upset by what they said? Why did what they say really irritated me and I just wanted to have a go and just tell them to shush? Or, why are they always having a go at me, the same stuff? It really annoys me. If I wanted to have a kid now, I'd have a kid now. If I wanted to be in a relationship, I'd be in a relationship. Because that's the program they believe in. So the fact it's triggering you, there's a reason. So go into that, because you are only ever emotionally charged by anybody around you because it's a divine reflection that's inside of you that you either need to heal, grow, understand, or you need to write a new story around it. So allow yourself the gift of learning over Christmas. Allow yourself the gift of learning from those you love. They're your greatest teachers. They programmed us. So this is my last podcast for 2021. Thank you so much for coming on and listening. As I said before, 2022, we're taking 2 weeks off and we're back on the 7th of January. And then we have, I think it's 2 more weeks, and then we have a month off, and then we're hitting it into season 2. And season 2 is going to be explosive. It's going to be explosive. I've already done a couple of interviews for it, and it is going to be phenomenal, like next level. And I'm so excited. We are quantum leaping the podcast into a whole new series, into a whole new way of being, into a whole new structure. And it's so friggin' exciting. So have the most lush Christmas with the ones that you love. And if you can't be with the ones that you love, make sure you're always sending them love. And remember that your current reality is your reality today. But tomorrow, as you're changing and shifting, it becomes something different. So work out exactly what you want it to look like and start working towards it. Write it down. Feel into it. Visualize it. Bring it into your reality. Quantum leap it. Sending you so much love, and have a magical Christmas. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Make sure to check out all the show notes of today's episode on my website by clicking on the link in the description. Also, make sure to join my newsletter to receive a free guided meditation to help you feel grounded throughout your day. Finally, make sure to subscribe to my channel and help us grow the community by sharing it with your friends. I am your host, Leisa, and this is the Art of Quantum Healing.